luxury clothing lines, something people dream of obtaining. Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Palm Angels, Hermes, the list goes on and on. Owning these brands represents supreme quality, a higher living, the 1% badge. Even though the target audience for these brands is the actual 1% crowd, society will always propose an option parallel to the original. For millennials and Gen Zers, that's where fast fashion comes in. If you don't know fast fashion, just think of fast food. In short terms, popular fashion pieces sold for a ridiculously low price. Notable companies such as Zara, H&M, and Fashion Nova have been the face of the polarizing fast fashion bubble for the past decade. However, the unhealthy rise of SHEIN has rocked the entire fashion scene, not just fast fashion. Some believe the Chinese company is popular and is here to stay around, while others expose the darkness of the production of the products. However, the main question is, how the hell did an online-only clothing store take the #1 spot in fast fashion? Money is one of the biggest stressors humans go through. According to a study by Thriving Wallet, 90% of Americans claim that money impacts their level of stress to supreme height. No matter the financial struggles people might be going through, the demand for clothing will always remain high. As a result of the demand, SHEIN became popular due to this issue. With insanely low prices and for people who are struggling financially, this sounds like a nice bargain. Consumers have great power over what is accepted in the markets, and clothing that is cheap and flashy is the choice consumers choose. With the uncertainty that the economy is going through, settling for a cheaper option sounds like the best move. Fast fashion companies' target audience is always the younger crowd due to the little wealth they have and willing to overtly advertise their products. In her book, Consumer Awareness and Fast Fashion, Information on Consumer Perceptions of Fashion Retailers, Una Glennon states, the target audience for fast fashion retailers are large consumers aged 18 and 24 who are often students with low incomes. As said before, companies now have the luxury to reach audiences from every part of the globe, and SHEIN uses this opportunity the best. A great percentage of Gen Zers spend their life on their phones scrolling through apps. Knowing this, SHEIN has an app that would give other fast fashion apps a run for their money. Being a younger age, the company can directly reach their young target audience, something companies struggled with decades ago. In an age where everybody is flooded with a lot of stuff, where news networks are fighting to be the first, celebrities perform something controversial every day, or new beauty standards that are being pushed to the youth. In other words, people are overstimulated with new things every second of the day. For companies, attention span equals revenue. That being the case, SHEIN drops over 700 to 1,000 new styles every day. The clothing that SHEIN drops is inspired by styles from authentic clothing lines and high-priced brands. Some would say inspired, others would say copy and pasted. This method is how SHEIN remains popular day by day. With thousands of new items daily, SHEIN is always trending. To get the younger generation's attention, one should market their products on an addicting app. Two reasons why social media has a large influence. 1, social media is the fastest source of news. 2, the presentation. From that knowledge, let's be 100% honest. Nobody knew about SHEIN until it became popular on social media. The 2020 pandemic forced all people around the world to acquire a more digital lifestyle for the meantime. People went from going out with their friends on a Friday night to just frantically scrolling through our phones to see what was trending. Taking full advantage of the situation at hand, SHEIN mastered the art of marketing, specifically social media marketing. What makes SHEIN different from other fast fashion companies is the deceptive attraction of their clothing products. Competitors such as Forever 21 and H&M grab consumers by in-store shopping, showcasing their clothes face-to-face. SHEIN doesn't do that. For reminisce, SHEIN does not have an in-person store, so it's purely online. And SHEIN learned a thing or two from social media, and it's a presentation. The utilization of celebrity collaboration, attractive models, Photoshop, bright lighting, and seductive poses is the go-to move for SHEIN. SHEIN understands fully that social media is the #1 driver for any product to go mainstream. Whatever people digitally observe daily will more likely be more motivated to become a fan of the movement. So what does the future hold for SHEIN? The #1 fast fashion brand right now is on a mountain of its own. The company put social media in a chokehold and created a strong consumer base that seems unbreakable. To answer this question, let's look at the upside and downside of SHEIN. The biggest upside for SHEIN is how the world is becoming more remote. Items are becoming more expensive, and the downfall of malls. On the other hand, the biggest downside for SHEIN is their terrible product quality, controversial pollution of the environment, and use of garment workers. Similar to fast food, there is a lot of praise, yet a lot of bad practices that need to be called out. Faulty use, damaged goods, flimsy designs, and stolen designs poisons the reputation of SHEIN, heavily using synthetic fabrics such as nylon and polyester. According to the World Bank, the fashion industry is already responsible for 10% of the world's annual carbon emissions. Furthermore, it is expected that the industry's greenhouse gas emissions will rise by over 50% by 2030. Also, the hyperinflated demands leading to garment workers being exploited don't make their image look better. The company is polarizing, and the calls for environmentally safe practices and more benefits for workers are something SHEIN is and will be struggling with for years to come. On the other side, the soaring sales for fast fashion is something SHEIN can't turn down. As of now, it is a fact that SHEIN is one of the biggest influencer in modern fashion.